I have a lot of thoughts about redshirting. And redshirting is when you hold your kid back from entering kindergarten despite the fact that they're eligible. So they're 5 years old, they're allowed to go to kindergarten, but you choose to hold them back. And here's the thing. I think it is great if your kid needs more time developmentally and you keep them back. I think it's fine if your kid socially needs more time. I think there's so many valid reasons to redshirt kids, and there's data that shows that it's actually beneficial for a lot of kids to be redshirted. However, redshirting for sports in particular really irks me. I don't know what it is, but I do not love the idea that parents are holding kids back academically so that they can be better at sports. Somebody told me that I should have done that because it would have saved me on college tuition because my kid will get a scholarship. And I hate to break it to you, but just because your kid's older and had more time to be good at sports doesn't mean they're going to get a scholarship. That's like a pipe dream, but whatever. Anyways, I think redshirting solely for sports really shouldn't be allowed. I also think that you should have some sort of cutoff for redshirting, right? It is very strange to have a kid who is 5. You know, my daughter was 5 entering kindergarten. She turned 5 in June and she was incredibly ready and thrived. But she entered at 5, and some of the kids entering were 6.5 or older because they were redshirted when they were 5.5. And I think there needs to be some sort of cutoff because I think having a 1.5 year age gap, sometimes closer to 2 year age gap, is too much, especially in public school. And so I think redshirting is great. I think a lot of families need it and should have access to it. However, I think there needs to be regulation around this. And I think there should be like testing involved. I don't know. I actually don't know. I don't know if there should be testing involved, but I do think it is strange to hold your kid back for sports specifically. And I also think there needs to be a limit. There needs to be age-appropriate gaps in the classroom because it is very strange to, in high school, have a kid who's 18 and a kid who's 16 in the same grade. Those are developmentally very different. And we do have to think about not just this age group, which is also developmentally very different. My son the other day asked me why some kid in his grade was so big. He's like, that kid is so big. And genetically, it's a tall kid. They're just a tall kid. But also, this kid is a 1.5 years older than my son, yet they're in the same class. And so, like, I think it has wider repercussions that we don't often talk about.